Hi, everybody. Jeff Koppel, realtor and former general contractor now, 100% full-time realtor now. So, hey, recently I've got a seller that has an assumable FHA mortgage, and they're looking to, sell their property and move on to the next one. And what I thought I would do today is just talk a little bit about what an FHA assumption is and how a buyer can proceed to attempt to take over someone else's FHA mortgage. Basically, what I want to do is open up my screen and show you just a couple of documents here. This first one is basically just the general information on assumptions, and it's HUD publication number 4155.1, specifically chapter 7. But basically, it steps down through here, some of the guidelines and everything that you need to use in order to pursue an assumption. Now, one key thing I want to point out here on this particular item right here. Private investors are prohibited from assuming issued mortgages that are subject to the restrictions of the 1989 Act. Basically, up until 1989, there was some verbiage of a FHA mortgage that was removed so that basically anybody could assume those mortgages without proving their creditworthiness and things like that. Now, private investors are restricted from being able to assume an FHA mortgage. So from the buyer's side, now I'm currently representing a seller, but say if I was representing the buyer's side, or if you are a buyer interested in a FHA assumption, when you go to your lender and you'll apply for an FHA loan, just like you would normally, there's a couple of pieces of paperwork that your lender will use when they submit the application for approval. And one of them is this request for credit approval of substitute mortgager. And basically, this has information about the original loan, which is starts with the case number of the original loan and the original mortgage company that created it, the property address, and then it'll list the seller's name and then the purchaser's name, or the new buyer and the purchaser's new Social Security. And to accompany this, the lender will also submit this piece of paperwork, which is HUD addendum to Uniform Residential Loan Application. And this just is additional information that's submitted with an assumption application. So that is the two major pieces that the buyer's lender will submit. Now, of course, the information on the existing loan would be gathered from the seller, and that would be part of my deal as the listing agent to provide that to the buyer's agent so that the buyer's loan department can process that application correctly. So anyway, I hope this gives you guys some information about FHA assumable loans. And by the way, all FHA loans are assumable. So with interest rates being kind of high in this market right now, an assumption of an FHA loan is pretty attractive, especially if it was generated a few years ago when interest rates were considerably lower than they are right now. But well, I hope you guys got some useful information out of this video today. If you have any ideas for future videos or any questions that you might have, feel free to send them to my email at jeffkoppel@gmail.com. And time permitting, I'll put together a video and it'll be out here for everyone to reference. So hope this was good information for you today, and enjoy the rest of your day, and hope to see you in future videos.